Hey Shabali, how you doing? Hey, at this channel we explore what it really takes to get back into alignment with the essence of your soul, so you can, remember your true purpose and what it is that you really came here to do. So in this video we're going to talk about the indigo characteristics and the indigo traits. Okay, so there are about 6 traits for the indigo children, and of course there are a couple of characteristics. So first of all, what is the difference between characteristics and traits? So characteristics are more related to your personality, okay? So these are more like your personality preferences, okay? Your traits are more like genetics, okay? They are more like energetic as well. So they are more like your unique gifts, okay, that you can start to explore or start to develop, and it's already natural to you, all right? So you may need to pay a little bit more attention to it in order to sharpen your gifts, but these are more natural to you, okay? So what's very important to know is what kind of intuitive traits you have. So before we dive in this video any further, I would like you to understand that, in the process of spiritual awakening, a lot of people, they go to the internet and they look for, what it means to be an indigo, what it means to be a starseed, what does it mean to be a light worker, what does it mean to be a crystal or a rainbow child, or all these kind of things. And the thing is, we as human beings, we like to identify ourselves with something, okay? It's part of our human experiences, it's part of our identity, it's part of our self-image, and all that is basically part of the ego, all right? The ego is your self-image, your identity. Now, it's very important, of course, to have an identity, otherwise you will just be floating around somewhere in the higher dimensions. So when it comes to indigo, it's more like the tip of the iceberg, all right, for remembering the origin of your soul, all right? So if this is like the tip of the iceberg, there's like a huge depth of information about you. There's a huge depth of memories, of past life experiences, and maybe different kind of incarnations, maybe at this plane, at planet Earth, but maybe also at different star systems and planets, and in different kind of dimensions, maybe the 3rd dimension and the 5th dimension, and so forth. Or maybe your soul is still connected to another parallel universe and such, we just don't know, which makes us very, very excited to, to explore this path of spiritual awakening and self-actualization. So, why they call indigo children is, of course, what I will explain in the other video that goes about, why do they call indigo children indigos. But it refers back to a discovery from Nancy Tappe back in the 70s, and she found out that some children have the color indigo in the aura, okay? Your aura is more like an energy form around your physical body, okay? And some of these children were able to see that and sense that, which is part of their traits, which is part of their intuitive gifts and talents. Now, another misperception I want to get out of the way is, at YouTube, at online, you find a lot of information about, okay, the indigo children are special, they are gifted. The thing is, we are all special, we are all gifted in our own unique way, in our own unique form. An indigo child, indigo adult, might be gifted and special and talented in his own unique way, that he has a very strong desire to get in touch with that, all right? It's not really that unique or really that special. Of course it's special, we're all special, but in your own unique way, all right? That is, what I want you to understand is that we are no different than anyone else. We are not better or less than anyone else, So that's really what I wanted to get out of the way. So when it comes to your characteristics, of course, you have like different kind of personality preferences. So for example, you're more natural, let's say rebellious, you're like you have more like a fighter spirit, you're like a warrior, it's more like my way or the highway, you have a vision for yourself, you have some ideas about what you like and what you don't like, and you know, you just want to go for it. That's really your energy, right? That's really your strength. That's kind of your personality as well. Also, what's very interesting to know is, you know, actually there has been some scientific research that found out that some indigo children are more intelligent than other children. So they have much more brain activity going on. And when you go to my blog post from this video, I will share another video with you that goes into this research. But that also could mean is that, you know, during the normal school system, during the normal rules of society, you have been given all sorts of labels because your level of intelligence could not really wrap his mind around the normal structures and the normal behaviors of other people, and you got really frustrated with that, you got really bored of that, and you got into resistance of getting along with that, you know, in order to fit yourself into standards that you cannot really match up, because you are way, you know, indigos are way much more advanced at an intuitive level. So a lot of things just don't make sense for them, all right? Now, the thing is, when you don't get along, you know, you get being labeled as, you know, the slow learner, or, you know, you have some kind of mental health issue, you have like HDD or HD, whatever kind of labels you have, and, you know, and then they fall off. They fall off the normal path of what society has been given to us, all right? And, you know, they get drugged on medication, and that really is, you know, closing down the intuitive gifts and talents and traits of an indigo, of an highly sensitive. So, you know, you're rebellious, you're like a warrior, you're highly intelligent. Another thing is that you are extremely sensitive, highly sensitive and intuitive, all right? And explain more about that a little bit later about the traits. But being highly sensitive means is that, you know, you have like an extrasensory perception, all right? You just feel much more than other people, all right? You basically, you can just look through, you know, what our 5 basic senses can perceive. That's really what's going on. So crowded places can exhaust you, specific kind of foods and diets can really exhaust you. Many things, you know, feel very, very dense, and it's really a challenge for you to maintain your energy levels high, all right, which I of course explain more in my video about 5 ways to increase your vibration and your frequency. So the 4th characteristic is that you have a very strong need for having a purpose, whatever it is, you know, in your day-to-day life, in your job, in your hobby, whatever, you know, you want to have something that is coming from you, that is coming from the heart, and where you can align yourself with, okay? So indigos have a very strong need to do anything with meaning and with a mission, and, you know, that gives you a sense of joy, and where you can really like align yourself with the present moment, where you can align yourself with your joy, and then, you know, the heart can find his satisfaction and fulfillment, all right? That you can do something without a condition, okay? Because in our society we do so many things with a condition, like, you know, you go to a job, you trade your time for income, because then you can get a paycheck, right? So there's always a condition. What you want to do is do something without a condition, just because it makes you feel present, just because it makes you feel joyful, and because you love to do it, you love to be of service, all right? So the last one, the 5th characteristic, is that indigos have a very deep interest in spirituality. Actually, they are like spiritual gifted because of their highly sensitivity, and that they are so intuitive, all right? And that was actually is what bringing us to the traits, the Indigo Children traits, because that is more about the intuitive gifts and talents that you might have, all right? So being spiritual means is that you can sense things, you can feel things, things are coming through you, you know, you feel like a higher intelligence is communicating with you, you receive insights, you receive inspirations, you feel like guidance from your spirit guides, your angels, your star family, you know, the White Brotherhood, or whatever guides are with you, because we all have spirit guides, but, you know, most people are not in touch with that, and indigos are more in tune with that. So that brings us more to the indigo traits, and that is more about your intuitive abilities, okay? So When you have watched my video on why they call indigo children indigos, is because that refers back to the third eye. And the third eye is like, you know, the third eye chakra or the pineal gland, which is more like our sixth sense of perception. That is really where you can get in touch with your intuition. And there are like around 6 intuitive abilities that can, you know, help you to open up more spiritually. The first 4 are the most common one, and the last 2 are less common. But let's first talk about the 4 common intuitive abilities. So the first intuitive ability is clairvoyance. Okay, so clairvoyance has everything to do with clear visions. Okay, so you can see like images, you know, maybe in your meditations or where you work energetically with someone, you know, you can maybe see images of someone living, how they were living in a previous lifetime, or, you know, it's like you can access the memories of the soul. This is what I kind of mean with clairvoyance, is that you can see images, you're like constant daydreaming, you know, you're very visual, you see images maybe from, maybe you could look at a blank painting and then you start painting and you see like very vivid images and landscapes and whatever, you know, you have like a very intuitive gift for beauty, you know, you have a deep appreciation for beauty. So the next one is Clairsentience. Clairsentience has everything to do with feeling very clearly. Okay, that could mean is that you have like a very deep sense of empathy towards the feelings and emotions of someone else. You know, like someone comes to you and you pick up instantly what that person is feeling. You know, you can see the world. You know, you can see the world from the shoes of someone else. You know, and sometimes that can be a gift, and sometimes it can feel like a burden, because sometimes people come to you and you can feel things from them that you actually don't want to feel. And sometimes it can help you as a gift, because, you know, you can help people with counseling, for example. All right, so that's another intuitive ability. The next one is Clairaudience. Clairaudience has everything to do with clear hearing. Okay, so you can hear sounds, you can hear messages that are actually not here. Like, for example, on the background you heard like a siren, but because it's actually there. But being clairaudience, it's like you hear like voices, you hear like sounds that might be given to you by your guides, for example. The fourth one is Claircognizance, and that is more like clear knowing. Okay, so you just know things without facts. Okay, so you know things without a scientific research, or, you know, you just know it intuitively that things are real for you. The fifth and the sixth are the less common intuitive abilities. The fifth one is Clairalience, and sounds a little bit weird, but that has more to do with clear smelling. So sometimes, you know, you can smell things that are actually not there, and maybe that reminds you about something, about an experience, or that might be coming, or that was once in the past. But, you know, it's like you're like in a different environment, picking up some smells. And the sixth one has everything to do with taste, okay, which is called Clairgustance. All right, so that's more about, you know, that you can taste something that is actually also not there. For example, you could think about a specific kind of dish, and then you can already taste it. So you can enjoy the taste of a specific kind of food without putting it in your mouth, actually. So you could enjoy maybe a nice chocolate cake, but just thinking about it, and then you can already taste the flavors from it, which is of course very interesting, because then you of course don't gain the weight. So my question for you is, in this video, what kind of characteristic did you resonate with most? Okay, so was it about the warrior's fighter spirit? Was it about your level of intelligence? You know, like, you know, you can communicate things very clearly. You know, you can express yourself in a very creative way. You know, you could be good in any kind of role where you need to convince someone, and it goes very well for you because of your clear communication. Or was it about your high levels of sensitivity, your intuition? Do you resonate with the idea that you have a very strong need for connecting with your purpose, is to align yourself with that? Or was it that you feel like you're like very spiritual in tune? Okay, that you're very spiritual in tune. Also, what kind of trait resonated most with you? Okay, so was it about the visions? Was it about clear feelings, or what was it that resonated best with you? So let me know, just drop a comment below, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe and to share this video if you think that anyone can get something out of this. All right, Chapal here. Hope that was helpful. I look forward to see you on my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.